What's going down, folks? It's your boy C back on the Madden 17 franchise, and we've got our last order of official business before we can kick off season 4, and that's the NFL draft. And we're gonna dive right into this thing. We're not gonna waste too much time on this video, as the Browns just went D-tackle with their first overall pick. The Dolphins decided to draft a franchise quarterback at number 2, and with the 3rd overall pick, the Baltimore Ravens decided to go linebacker. So we're gonna go ahead and advance the draft a bit to the time where my Falcons are on the clock, and thanks to a trade with Jacksonville last season, we picked 31st and 32nd in the first round. So since we're keeping this a needs-based draft, left guard is definitely a position of need. Chance Cottrell is a player that I was considering at this spot, but he's got a late 2nd round grade on him, and it could be too much of a reach this early in the draft. Plus, there's a left guard that I like in the 6th round that's pretty similar to Cottrell. So the next position that we have to fill, since we just traded away Rob House in the last episode, is our left outside linebacker spot. And I think that Carlos Escobar could be the guy there. Now, I'm not really thrilled about the skill set for pursuit and hit power, but he's 22 years old and has plenty of time to develop. Plus, where we're drafting him at 31st overall, I feel pretty comfortable with taking him here. So let's make Carlos Escobar our first pick. And it's a pretty good pick. He's got 86 speed, 88 block shedding. Wow, he's gonna be unblockable in about 2 years. 76 hit power, 79 pursuit, and he's the 24th in true talent ranking, but we got him at 31. So that's not a bad pick at all. I'm happy with the pick. So with the last pick of the first round, I really think that this is where we should look tight end, especially when you consider the fact that Barry Wall's a mid-first round talent and he slid all the way down to pick 32. There's no way we can pass on him. I mean, check out his combine report, you guys. And when you factor that in with his top 3 skills, he is the best tight end in this draft. Now, a couple other players to consider with this pick here is, of course, left guard Lance Cottrell, but we just spoke about him a second ago. But there's also a wild card here in Luke Sample that I'm really considering, because just imagine a D-line rotation of Vic Beasley, Keon Fontenot, Luke Sample, Taylor Till, and oh, I forgot about Dante Fowler. We could just let those boys get after it all game long in different packages and formation subs. It really wouldn't matter, you guys, because whatever package is on the field will be able to get pressure on the quarterback. But even with that said, and looking back at my draft board, you guys, I still think that Barry Wall at tight end is the right way to go. So with the 32nd overall pick in the first round, we welcome Barry to the squad. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I expected a little bit more speed out of a vertical type tight end, but he looks to be pretty solid at catching the ball, so I'm happy about that. And oh, this should pretty much go without saying, but as you guys are watching this video, go ahead and chime in below with your thoughts. I'm pretty interested in knowing what you guys have to say about the pick so far, because right now we're about to look at a position that a lot of you guys have been asking me to address for some time now. And like I said in the last couple of videos, I agree with you guys. I think that now is the perfect time to go out and get a running back. So with the 64th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Corey Sawyer, running back from Washington State. Now, the first thing that obviously catches my attention is the 93 overall speed, 89 acceleration, 82 ball carrier vision, 82 juke. Again, another very solid pick. I'm perfectly fine with the pick, though I wish his overall was a little bit higher, but given time to develop, we could have something to work with. Now, getting back to business in terms of drafting for the future, I think that Carlos Huber could be the guy here in the 3rd round that comes in and eventually replaces Alex Mack. Now, he is the best center in this draft, and I did scout every player possible at this position, so trust me on that, you guys. So Huber's going to be the pick here in the 3rd round, and I really think he's just going to be one of those guys you just plug him in and forget about it. Now, he's going to take his lumps early on, just like every other rookie, but at the end of the day, I think we just got our guy. Now, with the 32nd pick in the 4th round, we're basically in the 5th round already, you guys. So my draft board is pretty much dry at this point, so I just swung and missed completely on this pick. So we're just gonna forget this one ever happened and just move on to the next pick. Now, you guys remember earlier in the video when I was considering Chance Cottrell at the end of the 1st round? This is why I didn't do it. We got Cody Hausler in the 6th round, who's got pretty much the exact same measurables as Chance, 4 rounds cheaper. And even the analysts agree with me on the pick, you guys. Cody is ranked 55th overall in true talent, and we got him at 152. So once again, I'm happy with the pick, especially for the value we get at that position. And speaking of value, like I always do after every draft, I check the UDFAs. And this time around, I found Taylor Laws, a 6'6", 295-pound defensive tackle from Arkansas. And just check out his measurables. I mean, this guy could potentially be the best D-tackle in the draft, and nobody drafted him. So of course I'm gonna sign him, and I'm thinking a possible position change here to see if I can fit him in. And for those of you guys that have been following along with the moves that I've been making on defense, you already have a good idea what it is that I'm trying to do. But of course, we're gonna come back to that in another video. Now, the last bit of unfinished business that we have here today is we've got to say goodbye to Tevin Coleman. I'm sorry if I misled you guys thinking that we're going to keep him, but for those of you guys that were following along last season, you already know there's no way I can keep Tevin Coleman, so we have to get rid of him this time for good, and this time around at least I'm able to get something for him. We get a second round pick from Jacksonville, and hopefully that pick can end up being a star for us at some point in the future. But here we are, you guys. Here's the first look at the squad as we're getting ready to start season 4. We've got a lot of familiar faces, but I'm really curious to see what the new guys can do. I'm really interested to see what Sawyer's going to bring to the running back group, and also find out if Wall can live up to the hype at tight end being the first round pick. And on the defensive side of the ball, I really want to get my hands dirty with this defensive line. There's a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, so it's going to be challenging, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot of fun trying to put it all together and try to find a perfect balance of playing the run as well as generating a consistent pass rush. I definitely think we've got the guys to do it. Anyways, you guys, that's all the time that I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.